Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins doing another video on some of the nice Reate knives that I've done some work on here lately. Very happy with the way these turned out, as well as just overall fit and finish quality on these knives. Anybody that's heard any of my other Reate videos knows that I'm very happy with the quality, fit and finish on these. These are made in China, but definitely what I would consider a mid-tech knife. They're all CNC machined, hand fitted. As they continue making knives, they just step it up every time. The quality of the parts, the designs are all just phenomenal. I'm very happy. As you can see, we've got one of the new Fallouts here. We've got the classic Horizon D in the full titanium, and we've got the Torrent. All of these have different features that are very nice. I'll kind of run through some of those different features on each one and see what you guys think. Two of these actually are already set. That was done up for one of my newer customers. That is a nice purple and a blue. This one just sold to one of my repeat customers. I am crazy happy about this kind of nuclear green with the two-tone blue hardware, but we'll go into that in just a minute. And then this is my first experience with the Fallout. This is a beast of a knife. It's got that big, thick compound grind blade. You've got a hollow grind going into a flat grind, kind of a modified, almost a harpoon look to it. This is an interesting blade. It's got a two-tone effect to it, but in reality, this knife actually is stone washed on both the blade and the flat, but it has a very two-tone look to it. So it's like they buffed this just a little bit. You still have a slight bit of stone wash through here, and then the heavier stone wash in the cutting edge on the knife. I think it's going to be another one that holds up really nicely. You've got your designer logo on that one, and then of course your CTS 204P. A lot of these have the M390. This one went with the CTS 204P. So this one, yes, I left the bolster the way it came, and then I did all of the milled portion. This one, the pivot was tight on, and I would much rather do something with it and not mess with that pivot instead of thrashing the screws and that kind of thing. So because it didn't want to give, I wasn't going to force it and destroy the pivot. So we did something a little different on it. I'm actually really happy with the way this turned out too. So this one, of course, the video is not going to pick it up perfectly. You've got purple fading up into the blue. Same within the pocket clip. So it's a purpley blue fading into a solid blue. Solid blue up top. This one's got a little less of the purple. It's got some purple through here, fading up into the blue. I like the texture on it. It definitely gives you some fit and grip. I've got another one or two of these coming in. I'll be playing with them a little differently. I might do one of gold and then sand the high points and hit it with like a purple or a blue. I think that'll be a pretty bad looking knife. As they keep going, they just do more and more to really stay ahead of the game. Notice, pocket clip, no screws. Your steel lock bar insert, you can see the ends of the screws, but it's screwed from the inside. That's the same exact deal with the pocket clip. Just makes for a cleaner look, really good looking stuff. Again, you've got the titanium pocket clip. Comes in and out of the pocket very nicely, but I like that we're starting to hide the screws just so to show the screw ends. This, you can barely feel the screw ends, but they are rounded and buffed. All looks really nice. Lockup's at about 20%. This is just one serious knife when it comes to flipping. You can hear it lock in there. Thing locks up beautifully. That heavy blade makes it so when it gets past the detent, it just falls right into the position. So heavy blade flips really nicely, fits very nicely in the hand. I'm very happy about that. Haven't thrown a lanyard on it quite yet. I just finished that one up the other day. There is a little bit of discoloration up here. I might try and play with the stone wash a little bit up there to get rid of that. That's just kind of how that one came. It's got a little bit of sweat on it. Again, there's a little edge, little darker spot right there. So I'll probably play with the texture there, see what I can do. Again, I wasn't going to force the pivot. I would much rather leave a knife alone than force something and mess up the screws or do something to the action. This one didn't want to come apart in the pivot, so I left it. So that's how it is. I really like it. I like that bolster look to it. Fits nicely in the hand. Nice size knife. This one is milled on the inside. My video, there you go. You can see a little bit of milling on the inside. So they are trying to lighten it up for as big as it is. You'd expect it to be heavier, but they have milled that out nicely. So that is the new Fallout. I will have more of these coming in soon. Can't wait to play with these and get some of these sold and see what the customers are thinking on them. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to the Torrent over here. Now this one, the customer was looking for a purple into blue fade, and he was looking for a little darker color. So I have figured out a way that I can actually treat this and give it kind of that dark shadow. You can see that shadow coming through the edges here some. It's a little bit of shadow in the textured portion. On top you see just a little bit of the shadow. Again, shadow showing up. That is on purpose. So I was, because this is a really bright blue and a bright purple, and he wanted something that was just a little bit more subdued. This is a brighter purple, of course, with the light. We have that purple issue with the anodizing, but it is a nice fade from purple into blue. I heat anodize, or actually no, these are all titanium fixtures, so I electrically anodized all of the hardware on it, giving it the bronze. As you can see on the back spacer, we're going purple into the blue. It matches the scales perfectly. Same deal here. Pocket clip, you're going purple into the blue, matching that fade. Titanium screws all the way around. This is the ceramic ball, just like on the Todd Begg knives that are also coming out of the Reate factory. So that's saying something there. You've got Todd Begg making knives with Reate. I'm sorry, Reate. I've been corrected on how that's supposed to be said. Very happy with this one. With this one you get the upgrade. You get the Todd Begg style clip. You've got the blade stop being externally mounted that goes against the handle. So definitely nice feature. You don't have that steel bar in there that's your blade stop. And man, these things flip beautifully. I mean, look at that. Boom, closes perfect, flips into place, locks up perfectly every time. I really like that harpoon blade. You've got a satin finished cutting edge and swedge with a stone wash on the flats, giving it a very classy look. Fits in the hand perfectly. The ergo on this is really good. That pocket clip fits right in. Got a little bit of fine jimping right here that helps a little bit with the thumb. Do have that swedge where you can get up in there and not really cut yourself, so that's a good feel as well if you want to really grip up on it. But I just can't get over the quality on these. They close up so nicely. Everything is so smooth on these things. You just can't go wrong with these knives. They're a little bit more pricey, but I tell you what, you're getting what you're paying for. M390 steel. Just a fantastic little knife. I like that bronze. Fits good in the hand. Just can't say enough. That one's perfectly centered again. You do have that stone wash up on the top. And that click of it opening just tells the story. Locked into place, solid, with force. Just a really good quality knife. Very happy with these Torrents. They are good. And of course, one of my favorites, the Horizon D. This is the full titanium. This one comes in a kind of a sandblasted look. So I buff the heck out of these things, and I hit this one with a crazy green. I'm going to call this nuclear green. Pivots usually come with that blue and bronze Damascus look. It is not actually Damascus. It's just they must have acid etched it on there or laser etched it on there, but gives it a nice look, nice feel, step up. I hit that, so we've got a two-tone look instead of the bronze because I really wanted that blue-green effect. Same with the pocket clip. You are that two-tone blue. Turned out really nice. All the hardware is done in the blue. And the other pivot. You're back up at the M390 steel. You've got that nice cutout in the blade that follows the handle. Just really good lines on that knife. And this one, now just my personal opinion, but out of the Reates, the Horizon D is the snappiest of openers. It's just boom. You hear the lockup, you feel everything. Sorry, I got some fingerprints on it. Just locks in there perfectly. Looking at about 20%. Steel lock bar insert. These things, the weight of the blade on this is what makes it flip so nicely. Just slams into position, rock hard, and again, doesn't take much anything to get that to go down. All of the Reates come with that double row of ceramic bearings. You got a little bit of fingerprint going on here, not bad though. As buffed up as this thing is, you'd think it might be a fingerprint monster. This is actually really good. I am just totally stoked about this green-blue combo. It's the first time I've done it on one of these. It was the customer's call on it, and man, he hit it right on the head. I will be doing more in this green-blue. I'd like to say it's going to be a one-of-a-kind, but I think that color combo is going to sell. I'll also be doing some different buffed in the full titanium. I was really leaning towards the carbon fiber for a while, but the more I play with these solid titanium jobs, I really like the solid titanium. I get to add more color to it. Nice and smooth both sides. The carbon fiber, when they put it on here, is milled just like this titanium is, and you kind of lose that super smooth feel. I like titanium that's really glass smooth, and that gives it kind of a grippy feel, so it makes it a little different. Just not something that I'm a fan of in the carbon fiber, but again, that's a personal deal. This knife, smooth all the way around. You've got that nice milling in there, a little bit of jimping up top, fits the hand perfectly. My personal pick out of all of the Reate knives is the Horizon D, just because I love the way it fits in my hand, and I love that snap. If you compare them, this one is very close. This has got a little more of a chunk, a little bit lighter blade, a little bit different size blade. You've got, well, it's only probably a 1/4 of an inch difference. So 1/4 of an inch difference, but much more narrow. This is got a little bit more width to it. Just a little bit more weight, I think, is what gives it that extra pop when it goes in there. But I mean, this thing still opens like a champ. I mean, all of the Reates open beautifully. This one locks up really nicely. I really like this design. Just my personal preference on the ones that I've had so far is the Horizon D as far as the way it opens. But again, that's just personal preference. There is definitely nothing better about the Horizon D as far as materials. You're looking at a M390 on both blades, titanium, hardware all the way through. If anything, you've got a better pocket clip on the Torrent because this is just the milled out titanium pocket spring clip. And then I do like that they've integrated a blade stop on the outside instead of the steel bar that you have up there as your blade stop. But mounted in solid titanium, good to go. Can't go wrong with any of the Reates that I've had. Every single one of them has been fantastic. I had one of the first Horizon Bs when they came out. Had a bunch of those. Those sold quick. They were great. The Horizon C is very similar to the D, just heavier because it's not milled out inside and it doesn't have all the fancy milling or the Timascus look to it. And of course we've gone into the Wave, the Torrent, and now the Fallout, and they've got some nice new ones coming out this year. So I will continue to carry the Reates. I'm actually hoping that David might pick me up as a dealer at some point. We'll have to see how that goes. But thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.